You know, I'm not like regular fighters. Like after fight, I take 1 month. Like next day after the fight, we still training. We went to the gym every day. That's why. But 1 years I didn't have 2019, I think, because many things happened. Our coach died and Corona, all this stuff.
And I'll do everything I can to make it possible and make that happen. And I love to fight. There's nothing more I love in this world than fighting. And I'm living my dream right now, fighting the best guys in the world. I have taken on short notice the toughest opponents in the world and the biggest killers in the division. And when I become the champion, I will still maintain that, because that is the champion mentality. It doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter when. I want to prove I'm the best against everyone.
Like that, there's something about those guys that are used to taking guys out in the first round. There's something about
Joe Rogan could barely hide his disbelief as UFC 330's media day turned into absolute chaos, with the trash talk exploding to outrageous new levels. What started as a heated rivalry has now officially entered an entirely different dimension, and somehow these two still have a fight left.
How well does he do next week?
Boy, we're going to find out. We're really going to find out what's going on if it gets into the second and third rounds. That's when we're really going to find out.
We'll know.
We'll know immediately.
At that point.
But I mean, whether or not he can really fight for 5 rounds. Like
against a guy if he can, man.
With a great gas tank.
Yeah.
After 5 years of tearing your body up,
you don't know, right? Because it's all in a vacuum. Like there's some training footage of him beating guys up.
MMA analyst Brendan Schaub believes Media Day exposed the actual game plan. Schaub argues that if Islam Makhachev keeps things standing, Ian Garry has a chance, but warns that once grappling enters the picture, everything suddenly changes.
At a deficit when it comes to the stand-up. If I told you Islam's not going to shoot, they have to stay on the feet. If those were the rules, JDM's going to win this fight. That's his easiest path to victory. It's actually his only path to victory. So Islam goes, okay, that's the only way he can win. And I think it should be said too is last week and also previous.
Ian Garry says Islam Makhachev is far too predictable. Garry claims he is faster, more technical, and fully prepared to outclass the champion everywhere inside the octagon.
I'm more technical than this guy is. This guy's a one-trick pony. He's got a left hand, he's got a left knee, and he's got a left leg. They're all on one side. I've got everything I need. I can beat him everywhere for every second of this fight.
Islam Makhachev pointed out that every opponent loves talking about stopping his wrestling. But once they actually face him, they feel the pressure firsthand and quickly understand why escaping his game is practically impossible.
I told you, all the fighters say I'm gonna defend his wrestling. Like if he take me down, I'm gonna go up. But when fight is happening, when I take down my opponent, they all feel my power and they all stop. That's why. This is not because I'm good, because I training all my life, that's why.
While the trash talk dominated the headlines, it was their body language that quietly exposed the far more revealing story about just how much confidence both fighters were truly carrying.
He looked completely different on fight night than he did when he was fighting. I think this is just a natural thing to expect when a lad is moving up from 155 up to a new division. He has to make up for it somehow, and it was going to have to be size. It's not like he can just add 3 inches of height to his size in general, you know what I mean? But definitely substantial man. There's no doubt about that.
The words may have hijacked the headlines, but the body language revealed an even bigger story about just how confident both fighters actually looked.
This is skinny twig. It's Ian Garry. This is our main focus, this guy talk a lot, and we have to focus on him. Because every opponent we fight, or Islam fight, or anyone fight, we have them take him seriously, even if they're not a serious guy. I don't think he's a...
Chael says beating Garry alone won't magically crown Islam the GOAT, but a dominant victory across 2 divisions could completely flip that entire conversation.
That's not my opinion. If they did, then whoever is currently holding that record that Islam just tied and is trying to beat, you guys would consider the GOAT. So it's not something that you've taken into consideration, or you would have already brought that up. But I will share this with you. If he's doing it at 2 different weight classes, that means something. That means more. It's a very interesting concept, and I don't know that we can say it ahead of the fight. But is there ways that this fight could play out that would then lead us to believe that Islam's the GOAT? Maybe. If Islam was to go out there and dominate...
Michael
Bisping says Islam brings the elite resume while Garry brings the hype, making this one of the biggest fights fans could demand. So, his record is better. His resume is stacked. And he's finished everybody, right? Ian Garry is making noise. Ian Garry is exactly what promoters want. Because
I feel like it might be like a little fencing fight where they're both like trying to find range. They want to, because they both sit like kind of car punches. So I don't know whether or not it's one of them boring fights. So they're both trying to find range and nobody wants to commit first, you know. Or a nice striking clinic, probably. I'm interested to see it. You know, I've been thinking about like how would they approach it, but they're both similar, both lengthy strikers, kickboxers kind of style.
Leon Edwards believes Islam Makhachev
and Ian Garry could shock everyone with a technical striking battle, as both fighters cautiously measure their range before committing to the big shot.
Two mistakes. One, you don't fight Islam on 10 days' notice. You just can't. That just doesn't make any sense. That's crazy. He's so hard to beat. He's so good. If he's not the best, it's you and him for the best, pound for pound. And you're going to risk that on 10 days? That's crazy. And that, again, changes the course of his career, right?
That's wild, right?
Imagine if he doesn't take that fight.
Joe Rogan believes challenging Islam Makhachev without proper preparation is one of the biggest mistakes any fighter can make. He says Islam is so complete that facing him on short notice is simply too risky, especially when he's regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Rogan explains that one decision like that can completely reshape a fighter's career. His message is crystal clear. Facing Islam demands serious preparation because he's dangerous in every area of MMA. And honestly,
the training in the morning, you know, that's why discipline is the most important things. Everybody have same things, gyms, coaches, sparring partners, but who is a discipline more, that guy have more success, you know. It's discipline. It's not about me. It's about it's all about my team, you know. Yeah. What our coach Abdul Manap give us all his life when he was with us, just discipline, you know, come on time, like focusing, always training, you know, because one of the things, you can come to the training, sleep well in the morning, you can come, and training is beginning, and you still thinking about some business, some other stuff. You're not 100% in the gym, you know. That's why even myself right now, like all like small businesses, what I have people who take care, like my older brother, some of the guy, but I don't think about this business. I don't like check how it's working, how it's going, because I have to focusing in training, you know.
Yeah. Obviously, you and Khabib have worked together now for a while, but having Islam Makhachev a part of that coaching experience with you, that must have made you proud just to see his mentorship and the impact that he has on the fighters in the gym.
Well, he's always had that mentorship, and he's always been with us in the corner when he wasn't fighting. So this is not the first time I've had Islam in the corner with me. No, we've had him numerous other times in the corner with us. Just probably people don't remember, but he's been in the corner with us quite a few times. He's an exceptional corner, and he cares. You know, he's a champion with a heart that cares about his guys. And you know, he did the same thing Khabib did when Khabib used to do sparring, and then he was done with sparring, and he knew some of his other brothers would come and spar. Khabib wouldn't go out and train. He'd watch the sparring and give advice. That's Islam, the same thing. Same thing. So they're following the same footprints as each other. And, you know, it gives me a lot of joy to see this from these guys because they're giving back for what they got back from their guys. Like what Habib's father gave to Khabib, you know, Khabib is giving back to his fighters. What I gave back to them, they're giving back to their fighters. So it's kind of like one of the family things, you know, we follow the traditions of the people that taught us.
How much more comfortable do you feel for a welterweight fight this time compared to last time?
Yeah, now I feel more comfortable, honestly. The first camp so hard. I just try to gain weight, do a lot of lifting program. But this camp, I stay in the same weight. You know, I'm not like go down. Now I'm like real welterweight, and this camp I think is more easy. But I don't. It's not. You cannot say this easy, but because we're not lifting much.
Mm. Yeah. How much, like looking back at your performance against Jack, how much better do you think you'll be in this fight?
Honestly, I watched the fight with Jack. I don't like this fight, because I want to be just double champ. I just fighting like, just for the win. I don't do some things to finish Jack because I understood I win every round and just want to take the second belt. But if this like regular fight, if like we fight second times, I see I can finish him like every round.
What's different about your mindset this time, right? Because there's also a lot on the line here, the record, all the history, defending the belt in 2 divisions. There's a lot at stake here. Why is this different where you maybe will take more risks or chase the finish more?
Yeah, sure. This fight I will take more risk to finish my opponents because I like it. Finish my opponents, and this fight I think honestly from the first time when I'm taking him down, I have chance to finish him because I saw his ground game. It's not so good,
I'd like to see him get it worked out. I don't know Ian Garry, but like you said, in a time like this against probably, I think probably most for sure the toughest fight of his life.
Absolutely.
Definitely the toughest fight of his life. He can't afford to make one mistake in this fight against Islam. He can't afford to make one mistake.
No.
One mistake,
That's
he ends
to
up
fight
on
a
his
perfect
back.
fight.
Yeah, well, I think Islam would have to be a strong favorite, but I think Ian's going to give him some problems because Ian's a tall guy. He's got great jiu-jitsu. He's got great striking. Yeah, I think Ian Gary's going to give Islam a lot of problems.
Okay, but is that enough problems to defeat him, or do you think Islam still takes him?
Yeah, I think Ian Garry can win. I think he can walk away with it, to be honest.
Islam. I don't see anybody who can stop him right now in this division.
I think it's a really good fight, and I think Ian is going to surprise a lot of people with how talented he is and how skillful he is. Actually, I trained with him for the Carlos Prates fight, so I'm excited to go see him perform as well. And I think he gets it done. So we'll see.
I think Makhachev. Makhachev is bigger, and he stronger, and like he got more power. He gonna take him down and hold him and submit him. Yeah.
I think it's hard to count on Islam right now. He's just so dominant. I don't see Ian having a lot of options to winning that one.
Man, it's very interesting to see how this fight plays out because one of the only loss that Ian Garry has been against a real tough grappler when he fought Shavkat.
Islam is paying attention. I truly believe that's because he has a real high level of respect for Ian Garry and Ian Garry's game. I love Islam. I think he's very smart. I think he's very thoughtful because he's paying attention to the things that Ian Garry is saying on a number of instances. I know that the team respects Ian Garry a tremendous amount because of all the challenges he can present inside the octagon. Now, if he has done a good job of working on the wrestling, he gives himself a chance. But ultimately, I think for Garry to be successful, he has got to try to find range, and that's more difficult to do and easier said to do when you're fighting a guy like Islam who constantly is in your face and pressuring you. But
remember, I've been with them for 12 years or plus, 12 years plus, so there's a lot of work that's been done with him and I and other coaches, and he's dialed in as a striker, and people sleep on his striking, think that he has to take Ian down. He doesn't have to take him down. Is it the better choice? Probably, because we know we're the better grappler for sure, but do we have to take him down? I'm saying no, we don't have to take him down. Is it the better option? Probably. Yeah. But let's see how Ian is able to adapt to what we're going to do.
Yeah, the Irish versus the Russian. You saw how big that was the first time that happened, and we want to do that again.
He's a Chinese Conor McGregor. He's a Chinese version, knockoff version of Conor McGregor. He's not Conor McGregor. He doesn't fight like Conor McGregor. You like it or not, Conor was a bad dude at one point. He's one of the best fighters ever at one point. Let's be real. This guy, he runs. Conor fight. This dude doesn't even know how to talk. he doesn't know how to talk. Honestly, I speak better English than him, and his English is first language. Brother, Ian Garry has lost his balls, and he will lose everything August 15th. Mark my word. This dude talking about finishing people. This guy lost 11 fights. He have 9 decisions. Islam lost 11 fights, have 8 finishes. This guy, the only thing he finishes, I'm gonna keep it at that.
Hey, it's a family show, Ali. It's family show.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I want
at the
to
end
know
of
what
the
he.
day,
I
man,
want to
listen.
know what he finishes, Ali.
Of course you do.
Coca-Cola.
No.
Listen, I don't know, man. This guy, listen, they are complete opposites. One guy said the woman should run the world. The wife is the household of the woman. And you got a guy from Dagestan. You don't even see their wives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? It's a good point that they're two separate guys, two completely different guys.
Daniel Cormier says Islam Makhachev possesses many of the same devastating grappling qualities that made Khabib Nurmagomedov legendary. However, DC points to one major difference. Makhachev's striking has now reached an entirely different level. Cormier believes Islam's ability to control opponents on the ground, combined with his dramatically improved stand-up, makes him even more dangerous in certain situations. This complete skill set explains why many now rank Islam among the sport's greatest fighters, while his legacy keeps growing stronger with every title defense. With UFC 330 rapidly approaching, Islam Makhachev has delivered one final warning to Ian Machado Garry. Despite Garry's fearless claims, the champion remains completely unfazed, and his response to the challenger has been remarkably blunt. Makhachev essentially says, Garry keeps bragging about fighting anywhere, but Islam questions how genuine that confidence really is. He believes Garry would gain more from training than sitting through endless interviews before the fight. Islam also feels Garry sounds rehearsed whenever discussing their matchup, and none of his predictions seem to bother him. Makhachev also pointed out that